Good evening, my dear young friends, I say softly. My name is Nicole, and I'm from a peaceful place called CalmMeLord. Tonight, I have a beautiful story for you about a man named Elijah who, despite all odds, stayed true to his faith. Let us journey together to a time and place far, far away. But first, let's make sure we're all cozy and cuddled up in bed, with our favorite soft blanket wrapped snugly around us. Ready? All right then, let's begin. Many, many years ago in the land of Israel there lived a prophet, Elijah. The king then was Ahab, who encouraged his people to forget about God and worship false idols. Elijah, in stark contrast, was fiercely dedicated to God, and despite the king's rule, never wavered in his faith. Elijah was brave, always truthful, and a beacon of integrity. He received messages from God and shared them with the people. He walked with a humble heart and knew that no difficulty could push him far from God's love. King Ahab, on the other hand, was selfish, greedy, and loved power above all else. He didn't care for the well-being of his people, and the contrast between him and Elijah was as stark as night and day. One day, God spoke to Elijah. "There will be a drought upon the land," he said, "and it will not rain until you say so." Troubled by this warning, Elijah gathered his courage and strode purposefully to inform the king. A long journey under the blazing sun, but Elijah's faith never wavered. When he reached the palace, he declared, "As the Lord God of Israel lives, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew or rain these years, except by my word." His words filled the court with murmurs, but Ahab remained unyielding, not realizing the gravity of this message. He dismissed Elijah's words as empty threats and kept encouraging the worship of false idols. Days turned into weeks, and weeks stretched into months, with not a drop of rain. The once plentiful streams dried up, and the beautiful green fields wilted under the hot sun, a poignant symbol of what happens when we forget God's love. The people grew worried, their faith in Ahab wavering. Yet through it all, Elijah remained steadfast and continued to pray faithfully. He found peace knowing that he followed God's path. During this time, dry and desolate as it was, Elijah found strength and refreshment in God. One day Elijah received another message from God. "Go show yourself to Ahab." Now Ahab had been searching for Elijah, his anger stirred by the drought. Going to him was a dangerous task, but Elijah, with courage and faith in his heart, set off to meet Ahab once again. On meeting Elijah, Ahab blamed him for the drought. "Is it you, you troubler of Israel?" he growled. But Elijah, with a heart quieter than a candle flame on still nights, told Ahab that he was not the troubler of Israel, but it was Ahab and his family who had caused trouble for the people by forgetting God and worshiping false idols. Fearless in the face of adversity, Elijah proposed a challenge to prove the power of God. He asked Ahab to bring all the worshippers of false idols to Mount Carmel. There he would call upon God to send down fire as a testament to his power. The challenge was accepted and carried out. The worshippers of the false idols called upon their gods, with no answer. Elijah, however, prayed to God, and fire came down from the sky, proving once and for all who the true God was. On seeing this, Ahab was left in awe. He knew that he had been wrong all along. Elijah, tired but heart-filled with joy, breathed deeply. He knew he had fulfilled what God had set him out to do. And finally the rains came, as Elijah had prophesied. As the sweet smell of rain washed over the parched earth, the people rejoiced, their faith in God rekindled. Like Elijah, my dear friends, even when things seem difficult, we must trust in what we believe in and stay true to our faith. Just as dawn follows the darkest night, relief will surely come after the hardest times. Remember, you have within you the strength and courage to stay true to your faith, just like Elijah. Let that thought guide you into a peaceful sleep. Good night, dear children. Remember, you have within you the strength and courage to stay true to your faith, just like Elijah. Let that thought guide you into a peaceful sleep. Good night, dear children.